Okay, buon pomeriggio, good afternoon. You know, I've been following this show on YouTube. It's called Italian Grandma Cooks. And it's this little nonna, una bella nonna. Her name is Gina, and she makes all kinds of wonderful things, and I've fallen in love with her. She's just an amazing person, and I love watching her style. And she made polpetti, which is meatballs. And so I decided today I'm gonna make some meatballs, some polpetti, just like a Gina, because Gina making me so happy to watch. So we're gonna do this up all from a scratch. We're gonna make everything. We're gonna make the sauce. We're gonna make the meatballs, and then with a little spaghetti at the end. It's gonna be really, really good. So andiamo! Okay, so I'm a little disorganized today, but that's okay because we're gonna have fun doing this, and I'm excited to be doing this. So I've got 2 pounds of lean ground beef. So we're going to start with 2 pounds of lean ground beef in our bowl. And then to that, we're gonna add 1 egg for every pound of beef that we have. So 2 pounds of meat means 2 uova, so 2 eggs. 1, 2. Next, we're going to add about 1 medium-sized chopped onion, cipolla bianco, white onion. So I've already pre-chopped this, so we're just going to pour that in. Next, we're going to add about half a cup of breadcrumbs. Pan grattutato, I can't remember how to say it in Italian, but something like that. So about half a cup of breadcrumbs. Then we're going to add some salt, un po' di sale. A good tablespoon of salt. Un po' di pepe, a little bit of black pepper. Some garlic powder. So maybe about a good, again, tablespoon of garlic powder. Some formaggio. I don't have any pecorino cheese. I've used up all my pecorino, and I gotta go back to La Grotta in Winnipeg to buy some more. So I'm gonna use some Parmigiano Reggiano, which I've just grated. So I'm just gonna put that in, about 3/4 cup or so. And then, from my own garden, some prezzemolo, un po' di prezzemolo, fresh parsley that I've just chopped up from my garden, which smells so good. So we're just gonna put all that into the bowl. Okay, now I'm gonna wash my hands and make it nice and clean. And then we're gonna get dirty. We're gonna get right in there. So we've got all of our ingredients together. So hands nice and clean. We're just gonna fold this all in and make sure you mix it well and get everything well mixed together. Okay, now that my meat is nicely mixed, I'm gonna make it into a little ball. Kind of form it. I'm gonna put some saran wrap over top of it, and we're gonna put it in the refrigerator and let it sit for about half an hour. So this is good because it's gonna help to get all those flavors to infuse into the meat. So into the fridge, half an hour. Okay, now that our meat is in the refrigerator for about a half an hour, it's gonna sit there. We're gonna make our sauce. So I'm just gonna start with a large kind of a pot. And I've just chopped up some onion. And I've also got about 3 heads of garlic here. Aglio and aglio. And I'm just gonna chop that up too. Okay, and then to our pan, we're just gonna add some olive oil, olio d'oliva. So just a little bit in the bottom, maybe about a good tablespoon or so. And then first, we're gonna add our onion, our chipola. And just sort of cook these up a bit. Always put your onions in first. And then we'll add the garlic. And now to the onions, we're gonna add our chopped up garlic. Put that in. Now for our sauce, we're gonna add about 2 quarts of crushed tomatoes. So I've just bought these cans here. And we're just gonna pour that in. Try to get as much as you can out. Then add the next. And then of course there's still some sauce left in these cans, so I'm just gonna take just a little bit of water, mix it around in there, get as much as you can, transfer it into the other one, again mix that around, and into the sauce. Now to our sauce, we're gonna add some fresh basil, some basilico, un po' di basilico. This is from my garden. Something has been eating these leaves and I'm pissed. But anyway, they're little creatures too, they gotta eat. So just take some basil and just throw that in. Finally, once again, we're gonna add un po' di sale, un po' di pepe. So a little bit of salt. Maybe again a good tablespoon, and then some black pepper. And give that a mix. Okay, it's time to make some meatballs, some polpette. So, I've got my meat here. I've actually had it in the fridge for about 45 minutes because I had to run back to the store and get another chipola, onion, because I thought I had more, but I didn't. So anyway, I've got everything I need. Our sauce has just been I brought it to a boil here. I added a little bit of water. You don't want your sauce to be too thick. So just make sure it's kind of a nice, drippy almost consistency. Not too watery, but somewhere in between. So not too thick, just right. So just mix that around. Okay, so now we're gonna form our polpette, our meatballs, and we're gonna do them about the size of a golf ball. I actually got this when I bought my car, a set of these. I've never used them because I don't play golf, but anyway, they're nice to look at, but this will be kind of the standard that we're gonna use. So we just take a little bit of our meat, and we're just gonna roll, roll, roll. Get it into you want a nice size meatball. So this is gonna be, pretty close. Pretty close. So that's 1 meatball. Two meatballs. Just keep doing this, all your meat. Okay, so our polpette are made. I made about 24 polpette. What Gina did this, she made 25, so I'm just 1 shy of hers. But anyway, 24. So now we're going to fry them, and then we're going to transfer them to our sauce. It's smelling so incredible in this kitchen. Oh my God. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of olio d'oliva, extra vergine. And we're just gonna pour that into our frying pan. So just enough to kind of coat the bottom. And then we're gonna do a little trick that Gina did. And I've never done this before. She took some onion and a clove of garlic. Actually, she had 2 cloves, but only have 1 left. And she threw those into the oil. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna give some extra flavor to our polpette. So just put that into the oil and then take your polpette and just kind of place them in there. So okay, so we want to brown our polpette on all sides. So we're just going to start to flip them over. You don't have to worry about them being cooked all the way through just yet, because we're going to transfer these into the sauce and they're going to simmer for about 45 minutes. So it's going to cook right through. So you just want to get them nice and brown. Okay, I think our polpette are nicely browned on all sides, so now we're just going to transfer them out and right into our nice bubbling sauce. So don't get the onions in that, just the meatballs are being transferred into the sauce, okay? Okay, now we're just going to take our onions out of our oil here because we don't want them to burn. And the flavor has already been well infused into the oil. So we can still use this oil for the next batch. Put in our second batch of polpette. Oh my God, Gina said these little onions and the garlic are so good. She sometimes puts them on toast. I just tried it. Delicious. Hot. But if you like onion rings, okay, I think our second batch are done. So they're nice and brown. So we're just going to transfer these now over to our sauce. Okay, now that all of our polpette are in our sauce, we're just going to give them a good stir in here. Get them all covered in the sauce. And we're just gonna let this simmer now for about 45 minutes, and we're gonna turn it or stir it, you know, about every 10 minutes or so, just to give it a good stir and move those meatballs around. God, this smells good. Okay, che cosa desidera mangiare? What do you want to eat? Meatballs, of course. Our meatballs are done. They turned out beautifully. I've got a nice bed of pasta, some spaghetti. So I'm just going to take some of my meatballs here and a little bit of this incredible sauce. Maybe 4. Start with that. And a little bit of the sauce on top. Ma per adesso non posso tornare. Okay, so here we go. Buon appetito. So we'll try a little bit of this. Get some of the spaghetti, some of the polpette. Wrap it around the fork. Ah, mamma mia! So good. Salute. Thanks for joining me. Ci vediamo.